One of the biggest mistakes people make in disability claims is this. They think medical records alone are enough. They assume that if the diagnosis is there, if the MRI is there, if the treatment notes are there, the insurance company will connect the dots. That almost never happens. Hi, I'm Brandon Osterbind, and I'm an injury and disability attorney here in Virginia, and I help people whose long-term disability claims have been denied. Before I get into this video, if these videos are helpful to you, take a second and like the video itself and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post content like this regularly to help people understand their rights before they make costly mistakes. Now, let me explain why just medical records usually isn't enough, especially in ERISA long-term disability cases. Medical records are written for treatment, not for disability claims. Doctors document symptoms so that they can treat you. They document diagnoses so that they can bill insurance. They document test results so they can plan next steps. But they usually do not document your job duties, how long you can sit, stand, or concentrate, whether you can maintain pace, whether you can reliably work 8 hours a day, or whether symptoms fluctuate throughout the day. And those details matter because disability insurance doesn't ask, are you sick? It asks, can you perform the material and substantial duties of your own occupation? That's a very different question. Here's what often happens. Someone files a claim, they submit hundreds of pages of medical records, the insurance company reviews them, and then they deny the claim. Why? Because the medical records never explain how the diagnosis affects the job. The insurance company is not required to guess. They're not required to interpret your job for you, and they're not required to make assumptions in your favor. You have to build the bridge. That bridge usually includes three things. First, a clear description of your occupation. Not just your job title, but what you actually do day after day. Second, a detailed explanation of your symptoms, not in medical terms, but in real world terms. What is your pain? What does your fatigue look like? How does your brain fog affect you? What about your reduced concentration? What about unpredictable flare-ups? And third, and this is critical, medical support has to tie those symptoms to functional limitations. That often means a doctor writes a narrative report, or an attending physician fills out a statement, or you've got a functional capacity evaluation and opinion. You've got clear statements from your doctors about what you cannot do and why. Without that, the insurance company is going to say the diagnosis is noted, but the medical evidence does not support functional impairment. Under ERISA, that language is often enough to deny the claim. Here's another problem that most people don't expect. Doctors rarely write this information unless they're asked. Most doctors assume that their notes speak for themselves. They don't. Not in disability cases. That's why relying on just your medical records puts you at a disadvantage from the start. And once you're denied, the stakes get even higher. In ERISA cases, the appeal is usually your last chance to submit evidence. If the right explanations aren't in the record by then, a court may never see them later. That's why this mistake is so costly. So let me break it down into three takeaways for you. First, medical records are necessary, but they're not sufficient. They are one piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture. Second, disability claims are about function, not diagnosis. This question is not what condition you have. The question is what you can and cannot do because of it. Third, you need evidence that connects your condition to your job. That connection does not happen automatically. It must be built intentionally. If your claim was denied because the insurance company says the medical records don't support disability, that doesn't mean your case is over. It usually means the record was just incomplete. If you need help figuring out what's missing or how to properly document your limitations, give us a call. We're happy to walk through your situation and explain what a strong disability claim can actually look like. And if this video was helpful, will you do me a favor? Please like it and subscribe to our channel. We post videos like this regularly to help people understand disability law before the insurance company uses it against them. And also, before you go, make sure you watch the next video in this series, what insurance companies look for when reviewing disability claims.